Hi there, I'm Brian Garcia.
And I'm Colleen.
And this is, we own Grilla Bites in Redding, California. It's a natural, organic, healthy restaurant serving people good, clean food and a great environment to eat in. From start of idea to open took quite a long time. It was quite a journey. It was over almost 26 months from the time of literally signing the lease to opening the door. That included the build out of it, the permitting process, and there were some trials. We lost a partner halfway through the startup and had to raise capital, change ideas, and do some things. So we struggled along for we opened the doors to the Grilla Bites exactly a year later than we anticipated. Our darkest moment where we gave it up but we made it through, there actually was two of them. One was prior to opening. We just did not think we were able to make it to the finish line. We just didn't have the resources it took to get it completed, to get it open, get it stocked with product. And I literally had made arrangements to give notice to the landlord and start selling equipment that we had started. And had a friend contact us on Facebook and said they wanted to be part of the business. And it was a Christian brothers that we knew, not real close friends, and they came in and wanted to join the business and help fund the project to the completion. So that was the first one.
And the second one was January this year. We're looking at everything, all the financials, and we're realizing that, wow, I wanted to keep open till the end of the month, but we couldn't even open it till the end of the week. So we had opened the doors with no cash reserves. We actually were in the rears quite a bit because of the finance problem. But we had opened the doors, and our debt had changed from, I say, it's from vendors, contractors, and suppliers, and turned into insurance, taxes, and landlords. And they were not quite as patient as the first one. So after being open for about 9-10 months, we just hit a cash flow crunch.
But we went
and visited a mentor of ours who had given us assistance and direction throughout the year, and told him where we're at, and went over the books and did stuff and showed him where we were. And the story wasn't that bad. It's just we were negative and it wasn't a lot. The business itself was carrying itself, but it wasn't carrying the debt. And we had announced to employees that were closing, and this mentor of ours just didn't like some of the ways we were closing so fast, so they offered to fund the payroll for 2 pay periods.
Which was such a blessing, because my heart was, some of our employees actually have families and mouths to feed, and these people, they got us to a place where we're still here because of them.
So that was enough to make it maybe close a little slower than just slamming the door shut. And then a local ministry organization, a church we attend, called us up and contacted us and said that they do microloans to help businesses, and wanted to know if that would help us. And so we ran through the numbers and the figures. Right when I was talking to him is when I found out we got the gift from the other mentor friend of ours. So I told him about that gift, and he said, well, the loan might help you. And so he made arrangements to give us a loan. It was going to be a short-term, no interest loan, payable in full, balloon payment at the end of the year. And the idea was that would help us stay open and get through this little cash crunch crisis. So we were all excited about it. And then the gentleman came down from the ministry and said, well, we've changed the terms. And I said, oh, great. And we've decided to double the amount of the loan, and we decided to make it a gift instead of a loan, and he gave us a gift. And
so it was truly checks in the mail,
gifts and surprises,
debts paid off, finding money.
And those two things started a whole groundswell of stuff where we have an open mic night with a bunch of students, 200 students, and they passed the hat around for us and raised $400. We had customers come and just drop $200 tips into the drawer.
They found out that we want to be part of this, and they would throw in money.
We had our delivery truck drivers and some of our vendors cancel invoices and throw in some, I mean, it was just this, for 3-4 weeks, it was thing after thing after thing that continued to feed into this miracle that was started by this one individual, continued by this ministry group, and just kept on coming through. And so it was quite a miracle.